The year was 1257. Across the steppes of Central Asia, the Mongols prepared for a campaign that would shake the Islamic world to its core. At their head rode Hulagu Khan, grandson of the legendary Genghis Khan, hardened by conquest. Mongols were feared everywhere. Ruthless horsemen who left entire cities in ashes. Their next target was not just any city, but Baghdad itself, the heart of the Abbasid Caliphate, the center of wealth, knowledge, and power in the Muslim world. Hulagu's mission was not ordinary campaign. His brother, the great Khan Monki, had ordered him to bring the Muslim world to its knees. Hulagu had already crushed fortresses of assassins in Persia, burning their stronghold to the ground. Now he looked westward. Baghdad was not just a city, it was a symbol. To destroy it would send a message to all of Muslims. The Mongols were unstoppable. As Hulagu advanced, his armies grew like a tidal wave. Tens of thousands of cavalry, siege engineers from China, and fearsome warriors from across the empire marched with him. Everywhere they passed, towns surrendered or faced annihilation. Villages were burned, captives slaughtered, survivors left to spread terror. The name Mongol itself was enough to make populations flee before a single arrow was fired. In Baghdad, the Abbasid Caliph al-Musta'sim underestimated the danger surrounded by scholars, poets, and courtiers. He believed the walls of Baghdad and prestige of Caliphate would protect him. His advisors warned him of Hulagu brutality, but the Caliph hesitated, unsure whether to negotiate, prepare for war, or trust in diplomacy. This indecision would cost the city dearly. Hulagu sent envoys to Baghdad demanding submission and tribute, but al-Musta'sim responded with arrogance, sending insulting letters and refusing to bow before the Mongols' threat. Some say he even mocked the Mongols, believing Allah would protect Baghdad as the seat of Islam. Hulagu, enraged by this defense, vowed to erase the city from the map. The Mongols advanced relentlessly. By the winter of 1257, they had reached the outskirts of Baghdad. They surrounded the city with one of the largest armies ever assembled in the region. Tens of thousands of horsemen encircled the walls, cutting off food and supplies. The people inside began to realize the storm was upon them. To ensure the total destruction, Hulagu bowed with him advanced siege weapons, massive catapults, stone throwers, and fire launching machines. Engineered by Chinese experts who had dragged across the desert, these were not ordinary tools of war. They could hurl boulders large enough to shatter fortress walls of Baghdad. Defenses, once thought impregnable, now faced a terrifying test. Inside Baghdad, panic spread, scholars prayed in mosques, families stockpiled food, and soldiers took positions along the walls. But the people also whispered in fear. Could the Caliph truly protect them? Stories of Mongol cruelty reached their ears, cities leveled, population massacred, entire libraries burned. For many, Baghdad's golden age seemed about to face its darkest hour. The Mongols began their siege with precision. They blocked the rivers, cutting off Baghdad's lifeline. Their archers unleashed waves of arrows, while their siege machines pounded the walls day and night. Every impact shook the city like thunder. The defenders fought bravely, but they were hopelessly outnumbered and unprepared for such relentless assault. As cities turned into weeks, hunger and despair spread within the city, supplies dwindled, and disease began to creep among the people. Families huddled together, children cried in fear, and once proud capital of the Muslim world trembled under siege. Outside, the Mongols waited with patience, tightening their grip, knowing their prey was weakening. The Caliph sent out appeals for help from other Muslim rulers, but none came. The rival dynasties were too weak, too divided, or too afraid to challenge the Mongols. Baghdad, the shining beacon of Islam, stood alone. The people's faith remained strong, but the enemy outside was merciless, determined to break them The invasion had begun, the Mongols poured into Baghdad with unstoppable force. What followed would become one of the darkest chapters in human history. The jewels of Abbasid Caliphate was about to fall, and the golden age of Baghdad would end in fire and blood. Please stay tuned. We have third recording coming. That would be the last part.